เคครับสวัสดีครับเราเอ่อไลฟ์กันนะครับวันนี้เรื่องของการเรียนต่อที่ Calgary นะครับซึ่งวันนี้นะครับมีเจ้าหน้าที่ของวิทยาลัย2ท่านนะครับท่านที่หนึ่งก็คือคุณแอนดี้นะครับเป็นเจ้าหน้าที่จาก SAIT ที่ Calgary นะครับแล้วก็อีกคนหนึ่งนะครับก็คือเอ่อแอนนานะครับเป็นเจ้าหน้าที่จาก Bow Valley College นะครับ ซึ่งก็เป็นอีกหนึ่งวิทยาลัยที่อยู่ใน Calgary เหมือนกันนะครับซึ่งทั้งสองสถาบันนะครับที่มาพูดคุยวันนี้นะครับเป็นสถาบันที่รับการสนับสนุนโดยรัฐนะครับจบแล้วขอ PGWP ได้นะครับก็จะตอบโจทย์คนที่อยากจะไปเรียนแล้วก็หาโอกาสทำงานระยะยาวในแคนาดารวมถึงโอกาสที่สมัครขอ PR ในอนาคตได้นะครับแล้วก็เพื่อไม่เป็นการเสียเวลานะครับวันนี้เดี๋ยวจะเริ่มเลยนะครับแต่ว่าวันนี้เราจะพูดถึงว่าทำไมต้องเรียน Calgary นะครับใครกำลังมองหาตัวเลือกในการเรียนต่อที่แคนาดานะครับเราจะมาพูดคุยกับ Calgary สักครู่หนึ่งนะครับแล้วหลังจากนั้นเราพูดถึงโปรแกรมการเรียนที่รับความนิยมนะครับที่ SAIT แล้วก็ Bow Valley นะครับแล้วก็อีกการหนึ่งจะเป็นคำแนะนำนะครับสำหรับคนที่สนใจจะไปเรียนต่อแคนาดาแล้วอยากที่จะเตรียมตัวสมัครนะครับจะต้องเตรียมตัวอย่างไรเดี๋ยวเราจะมาพูดคุยประเด็นนี้ทั้งหมดนะครับเราจะมีเวลาประมาณชั่วโมงหนึ่งนะครับแล้วก็ใครมีคำถามอะไรก็สามารถพิมพ์ไว้คอมเมนต์ได้นะครับแล้วเดี๋ยวเราจะมาถามแล้วก็ตอบให้นะครับก็เดี๋ยวเพื่อไม่เป็นการเสียเวลานะครับเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตเริ่มต้นเลยนะครับ Alright, we will get started. Maybe you get started with introduction of one of you guys first. Which one want to go first? Maybe Anna, are you ready? Okay. Okay, thank you. And now I will have Andy introduce himself first, then we can talk about Calgary.
All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Andy, and I'm the regional recruiter for Sait, Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. So, thank you so much, our KPG, for inviting Sait in these sessions, and look forward to delivering a lot of good information. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for two of you for your time this evening. So as we have planned, let's get started with the first question. Why Thai students may want to consider Calgary as a destination if they are planning to go to study in Canada? Who want to go first? Maybe can each mention a few points from your point of view, like Calgary.
Andy, you can go first.
Okay, sure, definitely. So, yeah, I have to say that our Sait and Bow Valley. So we are still located in Calgary, and I have to say that Calgary is one of the biggest cities in Alberta regions. And to be honest, so I think there's a lot of good things that you should consider about starting in Calgary. I think the most important regions may be the opportunity to immigrate after graduation. So, if you start in Calgary and then when you graduate and you can have a job here, you can work and then you can apply for the immigration pathway to a lot of, good stream. For example, like the Alberta Opportunity Stream or even the Alberta Express Entry or Accelerate Tech Pathway. So these could be, some example about how you can easily, immigrate into Canada through Alberta by starting in Calgary. And I think there would be a lot of, other reasons. Maybe the cost of living, I think, is more affordable than other big cities. And there would be no provincial sales tax here in Calgary. And for sure that when you study here, you can apply for a free universal healthcare package in Calgary. And definitely you will get a very good education quality in, a state or even in Bow Valley. Yeah.
All right. Anna, do you have anything else to add on the
topic? Just want to add on about the weather, because the weather in Calgary is more affordable and maybe I can say that very easier to the student in Southeast Asia, especially in Thai market. They want to coming because in Calgary, every 300 day we have the sunshine on the head. So even in the winter term, so the student can be feel more warmer a little bit. So that is very make them comfortable and confident to study and living in Calgary as well.
So people may think that Alberta is going to be very cold, but in fact, when they go to study, most of the time they might spend their time inside of the house or maybe school, which there are heaters. And when they go out, oftentimes there might be sunshine too. Of course, there are still going to be dark day, but they're not going to have so much rain, right? So they still get to have some sunshine. And if they go there and then they dress properly, maybe they can adjust. Okay. Because you guys probably have worked with a number of students from Vietnam. Do they have any difficulty with the weather or when they go to study in Calgary? Or how is it like for them?
No, actually, I say from my student, they coming even in Thai student or Vietnamese student, they very like the weather in Calgary, very like I say very warmer a little bit. Of course, they cannot warm as like Vancouver area, but they're still comfortable than in other regions or other area during the Alberta provinces. So that's why most of big college or the big university located in Calgary. So that is the reason why. So that is the student can choosing to study and living in Calgary.
Thank you. So related to the city, can I add a follow-up question, which oftentimes students ask us too? What do you guys think about part-time job for international students in Calgary? When they go to study at Bow Valley or maybe Sait, how is it like for them to find part-time jobs while they're studying in Calgary? Are there going to be jobs for them? How is it like?
I would like to say that Calgary is the big cities in Canada for sure. So I think Calgary is the 4 largest cities in Canada. So we do have a very big populations there, and there's a lot development in terms like employment here, even for part-time jobs. So I think Calgary has a numerous restaurant, hotel, resorts, as well as shopping centers and other economical facilities. So that's why students not just only got opportunities to find on-campus job, but also off-campus job as well. So there will be no big difference even when they compare with big cities like Toronto or Vancouver for sure.
Thank you. Related to Calgary, you guys want to add anything? But in summary, I think the key benefit are that the affordability, right? With the lower living expenses, with the universal healthcare that students have the access to, provided by the but provided by the government, and also like Andy mentioned, there are a number of Alberta provincial nominee program stream that will help students to apply for PR with a higher chance to get the PR successfully. Do you guys want to add or summarize anything else about the city of Calgary if they are considering different city to study in Canada?
I think we can summarize like just 4 or 3 points. First of all is about the cost of living. The second one is the weather, and the third one is about any benefit for the international student like the sales tax and the insurance free for students during the study in Calgary. And the fourth one is very important. That is a job opportunity or immigration stream after you graduate in Bow Valley College or SAIT.
One more question, because sometimes students ask this too. If they are going to Calgary, what is the main industry or main business in Calgary that they are hiring or they are needing a lot of people? What are the industry that are big in Calgary?
I would say that in the past, so I think Calgary is one of the important hub for industrial manufacturing, because we do have a huge resources about oil and gas and mining industry. So in the past, so Alberta and Calgary seems to focus a lot about employment related to like agriculture, mining, manufacturing. But I think in many years recently, so Calgary has more diverse economy right now. So we do see a booming in terms of jobs about, I think, business, which is related to like maybe finance, insurance, or even a lot of jobs about different fields like manufacturing, constructions, hospitality, IT for sure. So I would say that there will be a diversified market for students to do here. So basically for every program, even like Sait or Bow Valley offer, we do have connections with real employers in Calgary already, so that I think students can have a chances to find job in Calgary for sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Anna, do you want to add anything? Otherwise, we can move to the school. Oh, hold on. I don't think we can hear you. Maybe you are mute.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yes.
I think Andy is correct there, because Calgary is a big for the big largest city in Canada. So that's why we are diverse community. So which is any job can offer for international students. And the most thing is they love with the major, they love with the job they're doing, so they can find out the job easier to working and immigrate in Canada.
Thank you. Okay, let's move to the next topic, because now we talk about Calgary already, and two of the institutions here today that are you representing, which is Sait and Bow Valley College. Both are public institutions, and students when they graduate, they are eligible to apply for PGWP up to 3 years and work in Canada legally after graduation, and then gain the work experience, and then they are eligible to apply for PR status, right? But maybe talk quickly about each of the institutions, like why student may want to consider Sait and why student may want to consider Bow Valley. Who want to go first?
Okay,
Maybe
Eddie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So this is like a quick introductions about the school.
Yes, let's do that. Okay. Like why they might want to consider Sait then.
Yeah, I have to say that, I mean, I think the quality of educations between Sait and Bow Valley are pretty the same, and we are public institutions. So that's why I think a student can feel comfortable when they came here to study even a Sait or Bow Valley, and to get a very high quality of educations, and can find jobs in Calgary for sure. So to be honest, for Sait, I have to say that we are kind of the very one of the oldest public college in Alberta right now. We were started in 1916, and I have to say that we are very focusing about career-oriented programs. So it means that students when starting at Sait, they got hands-on learning, and also we help students to find even like co-op internship in the summer times when they started with us, and even when they nearly graduate. So we do have career center service that can help students to find jobs or attend career fairs in Calgary. And to be honest, so Sait, we are very very close to the downtown Calgary. So it takes, I think, like 2 stops by light rail train to travel from Sait to the downtown Calgary. So it's still very easy to commute between Sait and the center of Calgary for sure. And right now, I think Sait, we have a very diverse number of international students coming from different countries. And well, I have to say that we do have small class size, and also we do have a very diversified option of program credentials. So students can feel free to study a lot of things at Sait, about like 2 years diploma, bachelor degree, or even like postgraduate certificate. So those things could keep students with a hands-on educations and can find jobs afterward. Yeah.
On the top of that, Sait also offer residents, right? If they are students who need help with the accommodation, there are on-campus residents that will comfort them at the first, period when they arrive, is help them with the adjustment. And actually, I understand that student at Bow Valley can actually also rent the resident at Sait too, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I have to say for sure, Sait right now we do have like 2 big buildings up on campus inside the school. So I think it could make students feel easy when they first come to study in Calgary for sure. And thank you for reminding me about this. And definitely I think I want to add just one more thing is that Sait, I know that Thai student even how say got struggle with how say English proficiency. So Sait, we do have our own English program as well for students to study, complete, and get a pathway to transfer to the main program as well. Yeah.
Thank you. That is a good summary of Sait, which is like Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, right? Let's talk about Bow Valley then. It is also a public institution, and maybe Anna, can you help talk about Bow Valley College and services, and maybe some of the strength or unique point that Bow Valley has to offer to students?
Yes, for Bow Valley College, we are focusing on hands-on training because we are the public community college in Calgary area, and we will focusing in some specific program, for example, like business program in a lot of major like finance, accounting, insurance, and we have launching the new program, say e-sport management. So that is a totally new program because the province had investment around 1.4 billion for Calgary to that industry. So that's why we public new program launching for international students and offer for them to study. And the second program, most of international students will be want to study, that is a technology. So in technology program, we have in software development, information technology, and some specific major like cybersecurity, cloud computing. So is it a lot of function, a lot of major offer for international students in technology field. And the last but not least, we also have some program related to entertainment art, more about the creative program like game design, game development, film production, and virtual effect production. So we will have some one center only focusing on entertainment art program, so the student can have hands-on training, the work component like the co-op with these program, make sure they can earn more experience before they graduate. And one thing Bow Valley College or said, I think we all said that have the student can get more job or the maintain our employment rate for the student after they graduate, or they can find out their job within 3 months. So that's why that is our priority to maintain about our services, our school. And we also have the career service to support the student, can help them to review or do the resume and help them to practice about the interview before they go to actual interview with the employment. So, and we on the program in Bow Valley College, we have 1-year certificate, 2-year diploma, and post-diploma certificate for who graduate already. They want to continue to study in Canada. Yeah, so that is some key selling point about Bow Valley College.
Thank you. So I think later on we'll get into specific area of the study or programs that you have seen to be popular among Thai students or maybe Vietnam as well. But before that, let's talk quickly about both of the institution a little bit more. So I understand that both of Sait and Bow Valley offer career support services, immigration services, and these are very important because career support will help them with jobs interview, resume preparation, and those kind of things that will help them to get connected to jobs, right? And also immigration also, if they have question about study permit, co-op permit extension, or maybe even preparing to apply for PGWP. These are the things that both of the school have as services to offer to students, correct? Okay. Do you guys want to add anything else about the institution itself that might be interesting for Thai students to know? How about or we talk about admission later, but anything else you want to talk about Sait or maybe Bovale a little bit more for the audience to know?
Yeah, I just want to say that so I think both school we are still offering a lot of say good program for international student, and I think it should be a good start for you to study. I mean, in one of us, and then after that, with our support, so you can how to say I mean advance your how to say career chance to get a jobs in Calgary, and then after that you can how to say applying for the maybe provincial nominee program for sure with our education credentials. So so be sure that feel free to get in touch with KPG if you want to know more about one of us.
Okay, thank you. So now let's dive a bit deeper into specific programs. Maybe we can start with Sait and then move to Bovale. What are some of the hot hit program, like popular program that you have seen to be popular among Thai students or maybe even international students from like maybe Vietnam? As said, like what are the popular program that you might want to recommend students to consider if they're interested in Sait or maybe Calgary?
Yeah, so I think Sait, we do have a lot of good programs for international student, and for Thai student, I believe with Sait we have I think top three programs that are very popular. I think it's business, hospitality, and IT program. So about business, I have to say that at Sait we do have a lot of how to say majors that you can choose to study in business admin. For example, you can study like marketing, HR, financial service. So a lot of good, how to say, things you can study here. Say, and in terms of our business school, we do have, how to say, good connections with a lot, how to say, well-known companies in Calgary related to this field. Maybe this company can be like Deloitte or Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon, or Coca-Cola, or even like Scotiabank. So we do have alumni working in this company as well. So this should be a good chance for us, how to say, to network these alumni with current student when they study in our business program for sure. The second, I think the second most popular program would be hospitality. So if you choose to study hospitality as Sait, so for sure that we do have a very modern facility inside the school as well. And there's a lot of good things you can study about hospitality. As Sait, you can choose major like event management, travel, restaurant operations, or even like hotel accommodation. So a lot of things for you to choose and to study here at Sait. And I have to tell you that we do have our own, how to say, restaurant located in the downtown Calgary as well. Besides to the, how to say, cooking and facility inside the school. So that should be a good chance for students to, how to say, get training from our lecture, and also at the same time have things to practice and serve for the local, how to say, audience. And we also keep students connected with a lot of good hospitality companies in Calgary as well, like Fairmont or Hilton or Marriott or Sheraton. So we can help students to find internship in the summer as well. And finally, I think the programs that I would love to mention about Sait, which is very popular, is IT program. So if you want to study about like become a software engineer, we have software development program. If you want to learn a lot about hardware system, we have a program called IT service. And if you want to study about cybersecurity, we do have things about like system security program as well. And these when students study in this program, we say we have students to do capstone projects with IT companies. For example, like Cisco or Microsoft or IBM or Amazon Web Service. So these, I mean, experience would have students to get hands-on learning and also the chance to find entry-level job after graduations. And final things I would love to mention about IT program is that recently, I mean, from the previous year, we do have postgraduate about IT as well. So you can study bundle between IT components and business. So you can choose to study like data analytics, or you can choose cybersecurity postgrad and study along together with management leadership. So in the end of the graduation, so you got 2 certificate. You can apply for 3 years of PGWP, and you have knowledge in both business and IT, which is very fundamental for you to find jobs in Calgary as well.
Wow, that is very good summary. So business, hospitality, and IT. Another quick note, maybe just for people who are learning about Calgary and Alberta. Actually, Banff, which is the national park, located at a travel distance from Calgary, right? So people who are going to Banff in Alberta, which is very famous, they are usually stop by at Calgary and then they go to Banff. So those who study hospitality, if they do want to work in the field in Alberta, that it's a location where it is a big travel destination for them to consider as well, if they want to be in the hospitality and tourism area, right?
Yeah, definitely. So as you mentioned, so I have to say that Calgary, so because we have big populations, so as I mentioned before, Calgary has a lot of, how to say, restaurant, hotel, resort as well, for sure, to serve, customer. And also, as you mentioned, so Calgary is pretty close to many famous sightseeing places like Banff or Lake Louise or Jasper or Rocky Mountains. So those, places attract like, I think, millions of tourists coming here, inside and out and from outside Canada as well. So definitely hospitality is booming here in Calgary, and we have job opportunity as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before we move to Bow Valley, one more thing that I was quite impressed visiting Sait is the culinary and baking and pastry programs. From my understanding, it's quite famous in Canada as well for these 2 programs. So those who want to maybe become a chef or make a cookie or bakery, it is something that Sait has to offer and is quite famous too, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So inside Sait, we do have, how to say, our own Thai restaurant. So which is mainly, how to say, help students to practice about serving contemporary food and also or takeaway food as well. And also, as I mentioned before, we do have as well another restaurant in the downtown Calgary, which is normally used to serve like fine dining as well as food to customer. So we are very well known about the practical and hands-on learning for students. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Let's move to Bow Valley. So we did mention a bit about some of the programs that Bow Valley has to offer, but what are some of the popular and maybe a lot of Thai students or maybe from Vietnam or so from Southeast Asia has been asking for when they consult with you about Bow Valley?
Yeah, about Bow Valley College, actually about the Calgary, we are like the IT and the creative hub. So that's why some of program related to technology, like Andy sharing, that is the most important or more like hot hit program in our area. So for technology, yes, Bow Valley also offers same the program like that, and we also have the program details specific in data management, cloud computing, and cybersecurity for who already has a bachelor already or degree in Thai or in their hometown and continue to learn post-diploma certificate. So that is the first one. And the IT is, I can say that IT field have more salary and more opportunity for job offer after they graduate very well. Around for BBC, around 88% student employment rate, so they can find out the job within 3 months in technology field. And the second one I want to mention is about e-sport management related to business administration function. But e-sport, like I mentioned earlier, that is a new industry, have investment a lot from province. So that's why that is a new industry, new program will to be the trending in the future. You will be learn more about marketing, accounting, management, project management about esport, how to can manage and how to can be host the event online and offline for esport management industry. So that is a new program, but more related to a little bit IT, a little bit about the creative and business as well. And third program is about entertainment art. That is a program more about the creative field. And our instruction is come from a lot of Hollywood film, very famous like adventure about like Lord of King. So that they help you to can get more job because during the study, the important thing for the student who learn in entertainment art, they need to more practice about how to create the character, how to apply the effect to the film. So that's why they will combine with our instruction to do some project during the study to get more experience before they graduate. So that is 3 programs from Bovely College I can share with Thai students, especially Thai students, they get more chance to come into Calgary and get their job opportunity after they graduate.
Thank you. So actually one of a few things I have noticed which is quite unique at Bovely, which is post-degree certificate in digital marketing, right? That is something that I think is quite unique and even among Alberta, digital marketing for those who want to study and become a specialist in digital marketing. And another one is also early childhood, but I think that program get filled so early, right? So I think those are the 2 programs that I see at Bovely and I don't see at many other institutions in Alberta. So those are maybe 2 of the programs that I think might be attractive for Thai students as well.
Yeah, you're correct. Yes, because early childhood, I think most of the school will be the hard program, and the number of seat is very limitation. So that's why the student coming to that program, you should apply very earlier, or you have to more interested in early childhood because that is easy to find the job. But if you don't have interested in the program, you very hard to work with them in the future. So I always just recommend to my students who want to choose in early childhood, you should have the basic, like about the child, the student, or a young children before you study in early childhood program. That's very important.
I agree. And it will help too, actually, from my point of view with that visa application. If they have those training or maybe those experience, it helps to prove that they are like seriously interested. But just a quick question. How far in advance does the program open and usually how fast does it feel for the early childhood program?
For BBC currently early childhood for September 2024, currently it closed already because we received a lot of applications. So currently we will open soon for January 25 and the application will open the end of December this year.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Because we already talked about admission, maybe we'll move on to the admission, but I'm wondering if you guys have any other programs that maybe you want to highlight or mention, or maybe new programs like Bovely. We already talked about the e-sport management, which is something new that I just learned about too, and I did not know that. You said like the province invest money into this area of economy, right? So that is something that maybe people who are interested in e-sport might be interested in digging more information about. But do you have any other things in any other programs that you want to mention? Okay.
I think for Sait, as I mentioned before, we have like top 3 popular programs. It's business, IT, and hospitality. But if one of these programs are not for you, so for sure, let's say we do have other program as well for you to consider. We have energy program, which we are very strong about, like chemical engineering or petroleum. or even though you can study about constructions management, if you want to study about like civil engineering, architectures as well. We do have programs about healthcare and also something about like, I have to say that it's about like transportations, which is mainly about like automotive service or even like the aircraft maintenance. So, I mean, a lot of things for you to consider as well, besides to these popular program that I have mentioned before about Sait.
Yeah, I just got reminded. Actually, Sait Aviation Campus, when I visited, it's just located right at the airport, right? It's very near each other. And
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What do they call it? The place where there are a lot of airplane where students go to study.
Yeah, I can't remember the name as well. But that was how to say pretty close to the airport as well. So that campus is only dedicated to a program about aircraft. So students can study about aircraft maintenance or even about like avionics technology. So which I have to say that we do have real, how to say, planes for students to do practice about maintenance for sure. So so that should be a good way for students to earn hands-on knowledge.
Yeah, I think that it's something that unique asset too in Calgary for aviation related programs. There is a facility just for state students study this, and I understand that the program work closely with the industry, so it will be very good chance for them to get jobs after graduation. All right, we talk about programs at Sait at Bow Valley already. Let's move to the next part of the question of the session, which is, suggestion for students who want to prepare and apply to study in Canada, particularly at Sait and Bow Valley. What do you guys have when students already, or maybe when students are interested in studying in Canada? Like, what are some of the recommendation or tips that you might want to share with Thai students?
Actually, first of all, I want to share that the a slot for even for Berkeley College or SET is very limitation. I believe that. So the student, if you have any like inquiry, you still interested in, you already to find out about both of us. So you should to make your decision as quick as possible, and you should to apply very earlier because normally we will open the application around 30 months before already. So like for example, BBC, we already opened for September 2024. So it means you should to prepare your documentation very earlier to submit and to get the offer. So that's why we want to say that you should to prepare everything very earlier and submit as soon as possible you can to make sure you can have the seat in BBC or SET. I believe that's correct, right, Andy?
Yes, so I would say that was a very, how to say, good point that Anna has mentioned. So I think I would say that the most important thing when you consider about studying at college in Alberta, especially at Sait or Bow Valley, that you should apply quite soon as possible. I have to say that you should plan, I think, beforehand, even like 1 year. So for Sait, we do, how to say, open application very early, I think 11 months before the program starting date. And I mean, the seat would be filled, how to say, very quickly. So that's why try your best to, how to say, apply as soon as possible. And remember that if you got any like struggle about English proficiency, I mean, at least for, how to say, for Sait, we do have, how to say, English program as well. And I think Bow Valley has the same. So we can help you to get the pathway, how to say, programs to study English language foundation and main programs as a package. So yeah, so just do quickly as soon as possible when you decide to study at Alberta. Yeah.
I understand both Sait and Bow Valley offer, for many programs, offer conditional admission. So they can apply to study English language, get the letter of acceptance, and use that letter of acceptance to apply to secure the seat in the academic programs. That is to make sure that when they complete the English program, they are going to have a a seat in the program of their interest when they need to start, right? So both of the institution offer that, which is very good for Thai students because a number of them have a lower IELTS or maybe even Duolingo, so they need English preparation, and they can study at Sait or maybe Bovale or even with language school that both of you guys accept, like ILAC, ILC, or maybe other institutions. So the quick tip or suggestion is to apply as early as possible. I have follow-up questions. For Bovale, I know that early childhood is one of the programs that already filled. Any other program that you think if students interested, they should be prepared to apply as early as possible because it might fill soon or also maybe fill so quick.
Yeah, I can say that is a business program. Actually, business program is very in-demand program in BDC. So even in any major, because currently the student will choose the specific major when you study in the second year. So in this means in the first year you should apply in business administration in general. So that program is still hot hit program in BVC. So business and early childhood or healthcare program is very popular. So that's why you should apply as soon as possible you can.
Thank you. Andy, how about say when are you planning to open for September 2024 intake, and what are some of the programs that you think it will get filled so quickly?
So for fall 2024, I would say that we will start accepting applications since 4 October 2023. So students can start doing for that. For sure that we will try our best to open a lot of seats for, I think, most popular program like business or hospitality or IT for sure. But from my own experience, so some program will be filled very quickly. Which is something maybe if you want to study about like aircraft or automotive maintenance, we do have limited seat about this program. Or even if you plan to apply for programs about like healthcare, or if you plan to applying for like culinary program, for example. So those program might be filled very quickly. So you should do your best to apply as soon as possible.
All right, thank you. Oh, actually, there are two questions related to Sait, so I will pull it up so Andy can answer. One of the question is Sait still accepting students for UX diploma? Will it be open again? Is it going to be open for September 2024?
I have to say that I believe that user experience diploma will still on the plan to open for fall intakes 2024. So as I mentioned before, you can wait until 4 October and start applying, because right now this program is still full for January and May 2024. So I think higher chance for you to get seat is for fall 2024.
Okay. ก็โปรแกรม UX Diploma นะครับเป็นโปรแกรมหนึ่งที่เซตมีเปิดสอนแล้วก็เซตจะเปิดรับสมัครสำหรับเทอม September 2024 เริ่ม 4 ตุลานะครับดังนั้นก็เตรียมสมัครไว้ได้มีแนวโน้มว่าจะเปิดนะครับแต่ว่าเราก็ต้องรอ Final Confirmation ช่วงใกล้ๆ 4 ตุลาหรือ 4 ตุลาไปแล้วถ้าเกิดมีคำถามหรือสนใจยังไงก็แอดมาได้ทาง Line Official Assign KORPUN นะครับก็เป็น Line Official ของก็เป็นการนะก็ติดต่อเรามาได้ไม่ว่าจะสนใจที่เซตหรือว่าที่โบวาเล่นะครับ Another question before we move to the next topic because this is related to Sait, let's talk about it first. Does Sait has scholarship for international students? And I will also ask Bovale about this, but the question from the audience asking about this from Sait first, Andy.
I think for Sait, we do have very limited scholarship for international students because the tuition fee and I think the living cost in Alberta is quite affordable already. So for Sait, I think maybe it's still on the plan, but I think for fall 2024, we can try our best to have, I think, like 5 or 7 slot of scholarship for maybe for Thai student. So the scholarship value is normally, I think, 2,000 Canadian dollars per student, and those students will be selected by a separate team at Sait in Canada. So we will consider about different factors about your GPA, about your IELTS score, and also it was even related to like which program that you decide to study at Sait. Because if you decide to choose popular program like IT or business or hospitality, so the chance for you to get scholarship may be less than some I would say which is like emerging program. For example, if you applying for like environmental technology program, for example, or petroleum engineering, so those program may get higher chance to select for scholarship. But anyway, so there will be no separate process for this. So because if you were selected, so when you enroll to Sait and start your study about like 2 weeks after the program starting date, so you will be notified if you got selected for scholarship, and then you can use that money to pay for your second semester. So I have to say that we do have scholarship, but it's not for everyone. But the good thing is that it was not something that you should pay too much attention, because it was like automatically scholarship provided. So the things that you should focus is about studying well and Sait, so that you can expand your career future in Alberta as well.
So scholarship is available, but it requires nothing else for them to do except just apply to study, get visa, and get there to study. It's something that will be automatically considered and given if they are chosen by a committee, right?
Yeah, that's right. So as I mentioned, so there's no separate application process. So as soon as you were enrolled to Sait, so the separate team will decide which one maybe have better feature about like GPA, IELTS, and program suitability, so that they can decide which student can get scholarship. Yeah.
Thank you. Because we asked this to say, let's give chance to Bovale to answer too. Anna, do you want to talk about, the topic of scholarship a little bit?
Yes, we have actually we have the entrance scholarship 2000 for for the student, but that is first come first serve and for enrollment students. So when you enrollment in Canada in BBC, you will can deduct the 2000 in the first year, but first come first serve based on the time you apply, based on your GPA, your IELTS, or your English proficiencies. And the second scholarship we offer that only for entertainment art program with submission portfolio to all the program in entertainment art. You will get the scholarship up to 19,000 for the first year. So is it depending on your quality and your qualification of the portfolio you submission. So our instruction team will let you know how much about the scholarship you can get about entertainment art program.
Okay, thank you. So we have another question, and it is for both institutions. Let me pull it up. How many Thai students apply? Maybe enroll to study at both institutions? Average, maybe approximately each year.
Actually, from BBC, currently for Thai, that is a new market we are exploring now. So I can say in the past, it's just around 10 to 15 Thai students coming for every intake. So that is the reason why in next intake, I coming to Thai a lot to explore the market and recruit more the students from Thai market, because we believe that Thai is our best destination for the student to come in to study in Canada. This is a new trending about us, so that's why we will coming a lot to recruit more about Thai students to make the diversity community in BBC as well.
Yeah, for Sait, so I think we do have pretty the same like BVC. So we have around like how to say 15 students from Thai starting a Sait every year, and I mean we still consider Thailand market is very important, so that we continue how to say to expand more recruitment activities there, and hopefully that we can also have more scholarship slot for Thai students, and also we can how to say do our best about our English pathway program as well, so that we can attract more Thai students coming to study as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Next question. So the question is, how about opportunity for petroleum technology? Maybe the audience asks about if they study, how about jobs opportunity in this field? Maybe what program they need to study if they want to work in this field. Do you have answer to this? Maybe Andy? I don't.
Yeah, for sure. So I think I mean the opportunity for petroleum technology program. I think you try to ask about career opportunities, right? So I have to say that Calgary has a very high number of engineers here at this moment. And as I mentioned before, Calgary is and Alberta is one of the important hubs for manufacturing industry, oil and gas, and mine industry. So that's why when you study in this how to say program, especially about petroleum engineering, so as said, we do have our own type of how to say research facility, and also we got connections with some well-known Alberta energy companies like BP or Spartan or Shell. And also we got connections with a lot of companies about doing environmental friendly energy project as well. So that if you start this program, the chance to get hands-on learning is still there, and also the chance to find job as well. And I believe that the average salary for a student working in the petrol engineering as an engineer may get an average salary about like 70,000 Can dollars annual. So that was a pretty high, how to say, income that you can find in these positions. Yeah.
Thank you. So before I move on to my final questions for this session, please allow me to share screen and talk a bit about our event next month, which they can also come event and for a minute, and then we can go back to my final question. ก็สำหรับใครที่กำลังก็มีวันที่ 7 ตุลานะครับอันนี้สามารถมาเจอกับหลายๆสถาบันได้รวมถึง Bow Valley College นะครับก็เป็นวันเสาร์ที่ 7 นะครับจัดที่สยามนะครับTrue Space ที่สยามสแควร์ซอย 2 นะครับแล้วก็วันจันทร์ที่ 9 ตุลานะครับช่วงค่ำนะครับก็จะเป็นงานจัดกับ BCIT NIT แล้วก็มีเซตมาเข้าร่วมด้วยนะครับก็สามารถมาเจอกันได้นะครับก็ที่สยามเซ็นเตอร์พอยต์นะครับแล้วก็ 27 ตุลานะครับก็มีงานตอนนี้มี Vancouver Community College กับ Seneca นะครับแล้วก็ 28 ตุลานะครับอันนี้ก็มีเศษมาเข้าร่วมเหมือนกันพร้อมกับอีกหลายๆสถาบันนะครับก็ใครที่สนใจก็เข้าไปที่ online.gobankan.com แล้วก็ /events เติม s ตรงนี้หรือขอลิงก์ใน LINE Official ด้านล่างก็ได้ครับ @gobankan นะครับก็ทักมาแล้วก็ขอลิงก์หรือเข้าไปนะครับแล้วข้างในก็จะมีให้ลงทะเบียนก็ลงทะเบียนไว้ได้เราจะได้รับรายละเอียดเกี่ยวกับการมาเข้าร่วมงานนะครับแล้วก็ confirmation ก็มาพบกับทั้งแอนดี้แล้วก็แอนนาได้นะครับในวันที่ 7 ก็จะมีแอนนาจากโบวาเล่วันที่ 9 ตุลาก็จะมีแอนดี้มาเข้าร่วมแล้วก็ 28 ก็มีแอนดี้ของเซตมาเข้าร่วมนะครับก็ฝากด้วยนะครับใครที่สนใจเรียนต่อแคนาดาก็ลงทะเบียนมาเข้าร่วมกันไว้ได้นะครับเราเพิ่ง publish event วันนี้เองนะครับก็ขออนุญาตเชิญชวนนะครับ Alright, let's get to my questions. Oh, okay. Before my last question, we have one more question, which is very important. How much is the average tuition and fee per year at Bovale and at Sait? Forgot about money.
Average tuition fee in Bovally around 18,000 to 18K to 20K a year. It's depending on the program, but I can say this is the average number tuition fee we have.
Thank you.
For Sait, so I think the average tuition fee for diploma program is around like 18,000. For bachelor degree, it's about 20,000, and if you study about postgraduate, so it could be like about 21,000 dollars per year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And public college, they are paid by semester. And if they apply to study at Bovale or say to KPG, they pay directly to the institution. They are not paying just to clarify, and they pay by semester usually. So my final question, which is, general tips or insight or suggestion that you want to share with study Canada. We talked about admission already. We talked a piece of advice to Thai students if they want to study in Canada.
I think first of all, they should be give clearly information before you apply any program in any institution, even SAT or even BBC. You should have the clear information about the program you want to apply, about the school you want to study in, and you have to interested in the program you want to apply, because if you don't interested, it's very hard to find out a job after you graduate. So just only the tips I want to share, and you should go to the website of each school to make sure the all information you got is correct, and make sure you have the clear background, clear information, and you have clear documentation before you apply in any school in us.
Andy, do you want to add anything?
Yeah. I think my advice for Thai students is that maybe you can do your best to work on your English proficiency test first. So I would recommend that you should get, I think for Sait, you should get at least IELTS 5.0. So that I think it could be a good start for you when you decide to study like maybe English language foundation program and get into the main program later on. So that should be a good start for you to consider. Prepare this beforehand so that as soon as when we start, accepting application, you can apply as soon as possible, and you can get a seat and apply for visa sooner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So both of Sait and Bovale will still be accepting Duolingo for September 2024, right?
So at this moment for Sait, I don't see any change at this moment. So I think Duolingo is still acceptable, and we require the score for Duolingo is 115 with no sub-band less than 95. So if you decide to take Duolingo, you should be sure that you do your best to achieve that score to get direct entry into our main program, because we can consider Duolingo for placement level of English language foundations. Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. Okay. Okay, and I believe Bovale still accept Duolingo for September intake, right?
Yes, correct. We also accept Duolingo and IELTS for all the program. Most of the program is 6.0, no band under 6. Just some of the program in healthcare, the IELTS will be quite different a little bit, but all the rest will be like 6.0 and Duolingo around 110.
Well, we have covered all the questions that I prepared, and I do not see any more comment. Just want to thank your time this evening, and we will see you next month. Yes. Anything else you guys want to add?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks again, KPG, for inviting I think Sait and Bow Valley into this webinar, and look forward to having more Thai students joining in KPG event next month, so that you can learn more about Calgary, Alberta, as well as the benefit to study and maybe immigrate in the future here as well. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Andy.
you everyone,
Thank you,
and
Anna.
hope you. Yeah, thank you everyone, and hope to see all of you guys in person event in KPG soon.
All right. Bye bye.